Hi and welcome to VELOGPS. We've just taken delivery of Bryton's Rider 60 GPS cycle computer and thought we'd start off by taking a quick look at what comes in the box. Okay, so let's just take a look at what actually comes in the box. First of all, we have a standard UK plug with a mini USB connection on the other end. That's used for charging the unit. Next we have a USB data cable, again with a mini USB socket on the other end. That's used for uploading and downloading information from your PC or your laptop to the Rider 60, as well as charging the Rider 60. In the middle we have the Rider 60 head unit. To the right hand side we have a selection of mounts used for fixing the Rider 60 to either your handlebars or your stem, and then finally the obligatory selection of manuals. Okay, so before you can use your Rider 60 for the first time, you're just going to need to make sure that you've given it a full charge. That's going to take approximately 4 hours and can be achieved using either the wall charger or the USB data cable connected into your PC or laptop. What you're going to need to do is just open up the little rubber flap that's on the back of the Rider 60 just to expose this mini USB socket where you can hook in the charging cables. But once you've finished charging, the really important thing that you need to make sure is that this is seated snugly back into the unit, because this is what keeps the moisture and wet weather out. Okay, so having charged our unit fully, we're now going to have a look at how we mount it to our bike. The solution provided by Bryton is fairly similar to that used by most Garmin units, and involves a mount which sits on top of either your handlebars or your stem and is secured in place via some rather robust rubber bands that loop around the tabs here, run around the back of your handlebars or stem, and then loop onto the opposite tab, and then you do the same with a second rubber band between these two diagonal tabs here. And then once that's attached to your handlebars, it's a simple case of slotting on the Bryton and twisting it through 90 degrees. So the actual unit has two tabs on the back there, and if we just look and line these up, it slots on, twists through 90 degrees, and you can just hear it click into place. Very secure, very robust, no issue at all with using the rubber bands, and a very secure solution. Okay, so we're just going to finish off by comparing Bryton's Rider 60 to a selection of its leading competitors. So just taking a look at the Rider 60 and then comparing it to Garmin's Edge 810, we can see that the 810 is ever so slightly smaller in size, marginally smaller screen size as well, but just looking at screen brightness, it's clear that the 810 has a brighter backlight. Both units are set on maximum brightness at the moment. In terms of data parameters available, both have the usual speed, distance, cadence, heart rate, pretty much everything you could hope for. Both have mapping capability, so with maps installed, turn-by-turn navigation is possible. And then just finally, both units come with Bluetooth connectivity. So moving on, next we have Miyo's Cyclo 505, and the 505 is slightly bigger in terms of size. Broadly similar screen sizes looking at those. Again, very much the same level of data parameters available. The 505 has inbuilt maps, as does the Rider 60, so turn-by-turn navigation still possible. And the 505 comes with Wi-Fi connectivity as well as Bluetooth, so slightly more connectivity there. And then finally we'll finish up with Garmin's range-topping Edge 1000 unit. And what's immediately apparent is this is a little bit larger. Now this is because Garmin have opted for a more mobile phone style of sizing here. So slightly larger, albeit the screens look broadly similar in size looking at those. Usual sorts of data parameters available, inbuilt maps, turn-by-turn navigation, very capable unit, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But one of the things that we do like is when we turn them sideways on, the Edge 1000 with its mobile phone format is very much thinner than not only the Rider 60 but the 505 and the 810 as well. So all four units are very capable indeed.